Hi everybody and welcome. I'm Lynn Gribble and this is Unit 1, Introduction to Business Management. Now this unit has a couple of important parts, and remember it's always written in 3 parts: the conceptual skills, theory and framework, followed by the study skills, and then on to the reflective skills. So we start this week by looking at the value of studying business. I know that you've signed up to do a master's degree, and so you already believe in the value of studying. The important reason that we study business is to look and understand what are the foundational parts of business, and we start by looking at management and managers. Now, if you're not a practicing manager already, we know that part of the reason you're probably taking this course is so that you can become a practicing manager. And management is one of those unusual things, because one day you've been very good at doing what you do and the next thing you're a manager. And so we have to go through this process of saying, what does a manager do? And this unit really looks at that in depth. We look at it through a couple of frameworks, and those frameworks are designed for you to stop and to actually think about the specific roles that a manager undertakes and the nature of those roles, and what are the actual skills that are used in each one of those roles. This course also looks at your MBT and how you're going to design your degree. There are 12 courses that you're going to take to make up your master's degree. Now you get to choose these. We don't prescribe any of them other than this foundational course, and that's only if you're coming new to university. Of course, we want to help you to get a good start. So it actually outlines for you how you can take units from the business side, from the technology side, or a combination side, and it also says to you what the 2 capstone courses are. Now these are the courses you'll take much later in your MBT program, but they're designed to draw together everything that you've learned over the 12 courses that you've taken. As we continue on this unit, we start to look at training and development and differentiating training from what we're learning today, skills for today, and development for the future. Now, I always say to my students in this course, you're actually doing a development program. You'll learn some things you can use today and instantly, and we want you to go to work and we want you to apply them, and we're really hopeful that you'll find a way to do that each and every day that you're reading this material. But really this is about development. It's about the future, and it's about how you can use this to understand the problems that you'll face as you grow your career. And I know that today I look back on things I learned in my master's degree and say to myself, oh yes, I can use that today. So in this course, we're looking at the difference between training and development. Now we're also looking at the difference between skills and knowledge. Skills being the things that you can do today, and knowledge being understanding how to apply that and when. I always say that the difference between just knowing something and true knowledge is knowing when to use it. So you'll have certain information in this course, and by actually thinking about when it's best to use that and how it's best to use that, that's actually moving it from information to true knowledge. This unit also asks you to look at the difference between action and reflection. As a manager, as we've said, you're required to do both. We're asking you to become critical in your thinking. Now, critical means questioning. It's not about being fault-finding, but actually saying, let me think about that and how I might use it and how it makes sense. Why am I doing it that way? What would happen if I did it a different way? The unit moves on to look at the manager as a learner. And as doing that, we say that all managers need to be learners. Each and every day, looking at what could we do differently, what did we do that worked, what didn't work so well, and how we might change it. Adult learners look beyond just knowledge. I know when I started studying, I just looked at what I was learning and went, great, I've learnt that, what's the next thing? And then all of a sudden I stopped and went, what would happen if I had a deeper reflection upon that? What would happen if that changed how I worked? So I really encourage you to move beyond a tick box approach to, I've read that, got it, moving on to the next thing, to actually, that's surface learning, to actually moving to this deep learning and thinking, okay, does that change me? How might I apply it? How can I use it? And how does it add value to my day-to-day work? So, as we continue on this unit, you move to part 2, and this is the study skills part. You start to look at your learning styles, and this is a great opportunity for you to learn how you learn. You see, if you're going to be successful in this learning journey, it's really important to say, what's going to make me most successful? Am I a person who learns best by reading? Should I read and then reflect on it? Should I read and then talk about it? So we're really asking you to engage with how you learn and then how you can best make sense of that. This unit also covers things like time management. Again, when you're starting out in study, we all think it's easy. We have busy jobs, we come home, we go, that's okay, I'll put aside 2 hours here, 2 hours there. Remember that we say that each unit will take approximately 10 hours to study. So we're asking you to stop and actually schedule it in. Put it on your to-do list, put it in your diary. Don't leave it to chance. Make it as important as anything else that you have to do in the day, because if you leave it to the last thing in the day, often it'll be the first thing that gets dropped off. And finally, this unit wraps up by looking at e-learning. Some of you will be studying this distance or e-learning program, and on the e-learning program we work in an asynchronous model, which means you can study when you want and how you want. And for those that are coming to classes on campus, you'll have a set day and time. Even if you're using the e-learning program, I really recommend having a set day and time and set times that you're going to study, because it really will help you to be successful. As you finish up this unit, we also give you a page and the opportunity to do some reflection. Now here's a tip. That as you start to complete this unit, you'll need to use these pages. So don't skip this part. Each unit do the reflection. Stop, ask yourself, what have I learned? Why is this important? And how might it change my practice? Why have they asked me to read this? And then make yourself a little note on that, and that will really help you when you get towards the end of the course. So enjoy reading all the material of Unit 1, and I look forward to seeing you in your next unit.